Most of you will tell me that you are trying to change your reality, but then you'll do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. In the words of Joe Dispenza, in order to change your reality, you need to start with changing your personality. And where does this begin? Like everything else, it begins in the mindset. Then it moves to your behaviors, and ultimately, it rewires your identity. I'll give you an example. Not long ago, I felt very stuck, and I am someone who always craves freedom. It's very contradictory because I am also neurodivergent. I have ADHD in particular, and I absolutely hate routine as much as I crave routine. As a child, you could always hear my parents saying that I was the mischievous one, or to come back down from there, or to come back, or stop climbing that. Because I was just a lover of freedom and adventure. That has always been me. My life reflects that less and less now. And let's just say I really started to feel it. So, anyway, I decided to go to Milan with my mom and sisters, and it was the best shake up that I knew I needed. So the trip was amazing. The food was good. Pastry shops, pizza shops, you name it. You can tell I'm a tourist because the highlight was obviously food for me. Anyway, there was also cathedrals and beautiful architecture, shopping, fashion, all of that. The flight and trip felt so quick. It felt like by the time I blinked, we were back home. And so my body was back, but it felt like my energy and my mind was still very much in Milan, Italy. Back in London, the very next day, I went for a walk with my daughter, and we ended up going down a road we had never been down before. Bearing in mind, we have lived here for over 6 years now, and the road was closed, so we ended up taking a different turn. And suddenly, turning into that road, I saw pizzerias. Is it called a pizzeria? Pizzerias, a tiramisu shop, a pastry shop, a big graveyard, which was really scenic, and we did walk through it. It was like, here lies so and so, 1866. And it was next to this big cathedral looking church that I had seen in Milan. And it really took me a second to kind of remind myself, like, you're actually not in Milan anymore, you're back in London. And it was just a really, it felt normal, but it was a really strange feeling. I'd lived in this town for 6 years and never noticed this road, which looks like Little Italy. So why didn't I notice it before? I decided I would put my psychological and scientific brain on here. What was my subconscious picking up? The first thing that came to me was the RAS theory. The RAS theory, your brain's reticular active system at work. So if you think of it like a filter for your brain, out of billions of signals that your brain could process, it takes what it believes is relevant to you. So your RAS, Reticular Activating System, pretty much decides what gets your attention out of the billions of things that are happening around you every day. So a great and well-known example, you might know it already, is the red car theory, which is just something like you think about buying a red car and now suddenly you're seeing red cars around you all day, every day. So it's not that the red cars have just appeared, it's more that your RAS system has now been tuned in to notice them. So they were always there, but now you're noticing them. Makes sense. So in my case, as I'd just come back from Italy, my brain was primed to notice anything that looked or felt like Italy to me. That lane had always been there. So I've gone to Milan, I've flooded my brain with Italian vibes, and now suddenly my RAS pulls Italy right into the focus here at home in London. You have to pay attention to where your attention is going and what you are telling your brain. This just highlighted the importance for me. If you're sitting there saying, nothing ever works out for me, your RAS will signal every single rejection, failure, or delay. And guess what? You shift that, suddenly you start noticing people, conversation, and doors that were always there. They were just hidden in your blind spot. So listen, let's get a bit sciencey up in here. Your brain also has neuroplasticity, which means it physically rewires itself according to what you're focused on and what you practice repeatedly. It's like carving a path in a forest. Walk it enough times and it becomes a highway. So old thought loops will keep you stuck, but new patterns, when repeated, literally build new circuits. Now let's get a little bit metaphysical. In quantum physics, it's called the observer effect. What you focus on influences what unfolds. Kind of like when they say there's no such thing as coincidences, which I do happen to believe. So while the RAS is filtering your neutral reality, your energy field is broadcasting your energetic reality. So the vibration of fear and lack would lock you into one frequency. Meanwhile, curiosity and possibility tune you into another. This is why changing your mindset isn't just positive thinking, it's recoding your brain and shifting your energy field. So then you can step into a different version of reality. You can start small, change one routine, one choice, a route, do something different. I'd particularly advise you to change thoughts. You don't have to make it so that it's not believable, but at least change it into a thought that is neutral, that basically counteracts any negative thought or any thought that keeps you stuck in that same loop that you've been in. Tell me right now, say it out loud. If you're not by yourself, write it down, do it in a voice memo, whatever you need to do. What area is it that you feel stuck in? And be honest, what is the area you feel stuck in? If you can, say it out loud. Pause the video and speak to me like I'm speaking to you right now. I'm asking you, what area is it that you feel stuck in? Or what area is it you feel that you would like to change? Now tell me, how are you going to do that? Pause the video and tell me how you're going to do that. Now write it in the comments and I'm going to hold you accountable. What is the area you want to change? How are you going to do that? And it starts real small. You don't have to do anything big. You don't have to do anything drastic. It can be a cooking class that you love cooking. You've always wanted to speak Spanish. So you take classes to speak Spanish. Could be something smaller. You just change up your route one day to go to work. Whatever it is, make sure it means something to you. If it's to do with an area such as your love life or relationships, do what's something small that is going to change the thought loop. And if you can't actually take action or you're not ready to take action, at the very least, you can neutralize your thought. If you start small and change a thought, a routine, a choice, every time that you do that, you are laying down new wiring and you're opening up those new RAS possibilities. And what is RAS? Your Reticular Active System. And what does it do? It filters the things that you're paying attention to, in short. So make sure you're paying attention to something good, something positive, something beneficial to you. You are way more in control than you think, and you have to remember that. And that's how you go from feeling stuck to creating a reality that actually looks like yours. And that's just a starting point. You can really take this wherever you want to. You have the power to create the reality that you want to live in. What does that look like to you? Don't just wait for change. Shift what you're focusing on. Tune in your RAS by asking better questions, setting better intentions, shaking up your environment. Spiritually speaking, you're quantum jumping. You are collapsing a different version of reality into your experience. And that's why Milan was showing up in London for me. My energy, it was tuned into newness, into freedom, into possibility, and life mirrored that back to me. And so if you start seeing tiramisu shops everywhere after this video, you know what happened. You just quantum jumped. Anyway, guys, I love you. I hope this was helpful. Sometimes I just need that shaking up to remind myself to start living more intentionally, because every now and again you just need that little refresher, right? So comment below what you're going to be focusing on this week. Where is your attention going to be going? What changes are you going to be making? Let me know, let me know, let me know. And I will speak to you guys soon. And always remember that mindset matters. So let's create magic. I'll see you in the next one.